Amina here. Another video. Today we are talking about vegetables, and vegetables. Like I always say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm just someone who has lost weight, and I've learned a few things along the way that I'll be glad to share with you. As per I think Tuesday's video, we talked about carbs, general definition of carbs and what they are, and the categories of food that contain carbs. And when we look at vegetables, they also contain carbs, but the carbs that are contained in vegetables are more like complex carbs, and they are carbs that contain fiber, and fiber is good for you. So let's get into today's video about vegetables. So what is vegetables? Vegetables from Wikipedia definition, because I was trying to think about what is a vegetable. Vegetable is a part of a plant that can be consumed by human beings or animals. So that is like the most basic definition of vegetables. So what are the categories of vegetables? The first category is leafy greens. They include lettuce, spinach, and then there's cruciferous vegetables. They include cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprout, broccoli, and then there's marrow, which contain examples of marrow vegetables are pumpkin, cucumber, zucchini, and then there's the root vegetables, which are potatoes, sweet potatoes, yam, and then there's the edible plant stem, which includes celery, asparagus, etc. So those are the categories of vegetables. So now we come into the benefits of leafy greens or vegetables. So some of the benefits include provide the necessary minerals, specific vitamins like vitamin C and vitamin E, minerals and trace minerals. They also act as a powerful antioxidants. From what I know is that our body, after usually our cells, after if you eat badly or when you have when you used to an unhealthy life, you tend to have something called free radicals. They bond with they come into the cell. I can't explain really what it means, but just know that your body has, when you're used to eating badly or a long-term way of unhealthy life, you tend to have free radicals. So antioxidants from plants tend to eliminate free radicals from your cells, and that's a good thing. They reduce the risk of cancer. And specific cruciferous vegetables, there's a study that was done that showed that 3 servings of cruciferous vegetables, which include cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, can reduce the risk of cancer by almost 40%. So that is very powerful. They also decrease inflammation. They also feed microbiomes that will give you, our guts are full of microbiomes. Is the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. So we tend to feed the good bacteria, so that in exchange, when you eat vegetables, it contains fiber. The fiber in the vegetables feed the microbiome, so that they create something called the buric acid, which in turn it helps with the colon, and then it also balances our hormones, and it also helps to balance our blood sugar. So vegetables are good to feed our gut microbiome, which are the good bacteria that we are aiming to improve. It also gives us crucial phytonutrients. And then also, when we're eating a lot of meat and when we eat a lot of meat, like your diet is used to eating a lot of meat, when you eat vegetables, they tend to like balance the pH, so that it's not too acidic and it's not too alkaline. So we need your body to have the right pH. So too much meat, you need to balance it. Also, these are some of the benefits. There are so many benefits on eating vegetables, but these are some of the vegetables. So now we come to when you're on a weight loss journey, and like most of my contents are aimed at people who are trying to lose weight and are trying to get healthy. So when you look at vegetables, like I said in the previous video on Tuesday, is that they contain carbohydrates. But what we are looking at, we are trying to eat vegetables that tend to have low net carb. so that they can help us in weight loss, and we can avoid the carbs that the vegetables that contain low carb. So when we're looking at carbs, vegetables that contain less carb, you're looking at one carb per cup, and like less than 3 cups of carb per cup. So when you eat 1 cup of that vegetables, at least the minimal or the good ones are like they give you three carbs per 1 cup of that vegetables. I hope you understand. So I'll link at the end of this video a picture or types of vegetables that have less than 1 carb. So imagine how much you can eat them to get like 20 grams of carb. Like you can't, I don't think you can. So I'll link at the end of the video the vegetables that have 1 carb, and some of the examples include beet greens, spinach, sprouts, romaine, watercress, bok choy. Don't worry, ata mimi, I'll speak in Swahili for my people who don't understand Swahili. I am sorry, but I have to explain this in Swahili. This 1 carb per cup of vegetables, most of them, when you see them, when you read them, you've never seen them. But my friend, tembeni zucchini, tembeni high-end markets, muone watu wanakula leafy greens zenye probably haujaisikia. So for us, we're used to spinach. Ukisikia veggies, unasikia spinach, managu, nini, but they are the ones that you don't know, and you'll see in the end of this video, are the ones that contain 1 carb, like mix. So there's the ones that have less than 3 carbs include avocado, asparagus, celery, cucumber, eggplant, etc. So don't worry, I'll link it at the end. So you tend to aim for vegetables that contain less than 3 carbs, or less in a day. Like if you're on a weight loss journey, tend to have between 20 to 50 grams of carbs. So if you're eating vegetables, the vegetables that have more carbs, tend to avoid them, but the list that I'll put tend to have little carbs, so you don't even need to count them. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're having 1 cup of leafy greens, like the salad. 1 cup of it equals it has 1.5 grams of carbs. So now when you minus the fiber which is 1 gram, that's a lot of fiber, which is good. Fiber does not affect your blood glucose, it's good for your gut microbiome. So when you minus the 1, you have 0.5 of net carb. That's too low. Like imagine how many cups of salads can you eat to get 20 grams? Like it's impossible. Like you can. So stock on a lot of vegetables. Look at when you look at the glycemic index, I talked about it the other video. Glycemic index is the index that tell you the amount, when you eat a certain type of food, the amount of blood glucose is going to spike. Let's look at the leafy green also. It gives you 15, like the glycemic index. That's too low. Like it's among the best. Like when you look at low glycemic index foods, leafy greens are just the best. When you look at the glycemic load, which is when you remove the fiber from the vegetables, you get a glycemic load of 3. And when you look at the glycemic load of foods below 10, they are really good. Food they are low, between 10 and 20 they are moderate, between above 20 is high. So look at the leafy greens, they are very, very, very good. So I'm trying to make you understand that you should stock up a lot of veggies, because you don't need to cut carbs. The carbs in them, they have minimal carbs. So tend to look, when you look at the list, try and have more of those vegetables that I will suggest at the end, so that you can eat them stress-free, and they have benefits to your body, and they will aid your weight loss. It's generally recommended that you have 7 cups. Yes, let's take a second. 7 cups of leafy vegetables or salads in a day. 7 to actually 10. I will, in a later video, I will post about tips on how to have 7 cups, and it's to make it easy for you, so that you don't feel like you're taking 7 cups. And then I'll also show you ways on how to include vegetables in a smart way, because I know most people don't like. So it's recommended you have 7 cups to 10. Minimal 7, maximum or more you can have 10. So aim to have vegetables, mixture of colors, at least have 3 colors. The deeper the color for the vegetables, the more benefits it has. So this is just the first part of the introduction about vegetables. The next video, we're going to talk about the tips on how to eat vegetables, and then we're also going to talk about how you're going to eat them, because most people don't like them, they can't stand them. So I'm going to show you some interesting ways on how to eat them, and then the last bit of this vegetable conversation will be when not to eat vegetables. What are the situations that you advise not to take vegetables? So this is the first part. Thank you for your feedback on my other video. Continue sending me your comments, your feedback. I love to hear what you have to say. Remember, stock up your vegetables. Vegetables are your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.